Hey everyone, what's up? This is Disney65 in here, and today I'm going to do a list of movies I've seen from 2010 to 2019 since this is the last decade. This was really hard to do. I made it up today. So I've got a list here of the films I've seen, the films I actually liked from 2010 to 2019. I will be doing the best and worst of 2019 as well, so stay tuned for that. But it'll probably be around Christmas. Maybe after Christmas. Christmas will probably do it. But anyway, this is in no order, so I'm going to read them out. And, so kicking off in 2010 was Tangled. As you can see here, I love Tangled. I love the story, the animation, the music, the voice characters. Everything for that movie was spot on. I own it in DVD twice. I have it in Blu-ray, I have it in video, I have my USB stick. I could watch it again and again and again and never get tired of it. It kind of brought me back to being a 90s kid again, because I am a 90s chick. So it was nice to see a movie that brought me back to when I was a kid. So that's Tangled. 2010 is How to Train Your Dragon. I love How to Train Your Dragon. I loved the animation, was beautiful. I love the whole trilogy. I like the second one as well and the third one, but the first one was really, really good. Like I said, the animation was stunning. It was probably the best DreamWorks movie I have seen since God knows when. It was a really good movie. It was extremely underrated as well. Like, it got nominated along with Tangled, because that was like a big year 2010 for animated films. You had Toy Story 3, you had Megamind, Despicable Me, How to Train Your Dragon, of course, and Tangled, and it was a really underrated film, but it's a brilliant film. If you haven't seen How to Train Your Dragon, do watch it. 2011 is Water for Elephants, really underrated film. It's got Robert Pattinson in it and Reese Witherspoon. At first I thought it was a true life story, but it's not. It's about this vet guy, this vet. He's he has like Polish immigrants, and he falls in love with this woman who works in the circus, and her husband does the right bollocks, excuse my language. He's really abusive to animals, and of course, he tries, Robert Pattinson's character tries to make Reese Witherspoon leave her husband, and of course she kind of, But yeah, it's a very good movie. The cinematography is beautiful. If you like Dumbo, you'll probably like this movie. I thought it was a really good film. And And the chemistry was very good as well between Reese Witherspoon and Robert Pattinson. It's actually better than his relationship with Kirsten Stewart in Twilight. Okay, 2012. I have two films for 2012 because I didn't know which one to pick, but anyway. They are Rise of the Guardians and Silverline's Playbook. Both are really good films. Like, Silverline's Playbook, as you may know, is actually about, mental health. You've got Bradley Cooper, who plays this bipolar guy who falls for a widowed girl who was kind of like, she's very wiry, and they fall in love, and you get the story about that one. Rise of the Guardians, however, back to Rise of the Guardians, this is like the Avengers, the one with Iron Man and the Incredible Hulk and all that. It's literally that for kids. It's a really good animated film, and it's even got Hugh Jackman. He's the voice of the Easter Bunny, and I was laughing. I was like, oh my god, he's an Easter Bunny in this, and Jack Frost, voiced by Chris Pine, thought he was a kangaroo, and goes, I'm a bunny, I'm a Easter Bunny, crikey. So yeah, it was nice to see Hugh Jackman use his actual accent, because in most of his films he always puts on a Canadian accent, or a British accent, but it's usually Canadian voices. So yeah, it was nice to see his Australian accent. So yeah, they're those two movies. 2013, okay, Frozen. Yes, the movie that every child in the world is obsessed with. The second one's out now in the cinemas. If you want to check that out, do. I done a review of it, by the way. So you should check that out as well. Yeah, Frozen. The animation is really good. The songs are kind of annoying. Like, don't get me wrong, like the Frozen 2 songs are really good. They're not as memorable as the songs in this one, but the singing in this is like they're literally singing and talking like, I'm going to the shower, I'm gonna put on my clothes, and that's the end of that. But yeah, the animation is really good, like I said. The story is nice as well, but the film itself is really overrated. But still, having said that, I do love Frozen, so I'm not gonna lie, I love Frozen. I'm in the Frozen wagon, I can't help it. It's a really good Christmas movie, so if you haven't seen Frozen, do watch it. Seven Mr. Banks, a prequel to Mary Poppins. Great film. Emma Thompson did a good job as PJ Travers. It's even got Colin Farrell. He's in it as Emma Thompson's dad in the film, and it's got Tom Hanks as a unrecognisable Walt Disney. He was really good at that movie. It's very underrated, by the way, so if you haven't seen Seven Mr. Banks, do watch it. Back to 2012, The Perks of a Wallflower. I thought it was a really good movie, and again, like Civil Lines Playbook, it's all about mental health as well, and about sexual abuse. And yeah, it's got Emma Watson. Yeah, that's Emma Watson. She puts on this American accent, and she befriends this guy who is really shy, doesn't really talk about his life that much, because if you read the book, you probably know what the story is about, because I don't want to spoil the film. But yeah, it's a really good film, and I really enjoyed the film as well. 2014, The Fault in Our Stars. This movie is about two cancer patients who fall in love during, like, as I mentioned, the cancer group. The acting was very good. The story is very good as well. It's very sad, by the way. So if you're into teen romantic love stories, then you'll probably like this one as well. It does mention the word cancer an awful lot. It's been used again and again and again. The word comes up every so often. So be prepared for that. 2014 is Big Hero 6. Love Big Hero 6. It's a really good movie. The animation's fantastic. The characters are great. Baymax steals the entire film for me. I love Baymax. He's a really good character. And yeah. Cinderella 2015. Love Cinderella. Of all the Cinderella films I've seen in the past, this one was my favourite. Lily James was stunning. Richard Madden was handsome. Kate Blanchett stole the entire film as the stepmother from hell. Holiday Granger's in this. Sophia McShira, I think that's her name. Yeah, she's in that as well. Really good as well. The cinematography, oh my god, the cinematography is stunning. And Kenneth Branagh, you did a good job. So yeah, I'm happy. 2015 is a movie that's set in Ireland. It's set in Ireland and New York City. It's, of course, Brooklyn, which has got Saoirse Ronan in it. Great movie. You know, it's all about, like, you know, moving to a different state and kind of interacting with the Americans and all that. It's a nice film, by the way. And if you haven't seen Brooklyn, do watch it. It's a really good film. La La Land. This is a throwback to every movie from the 50s and 40s, the musicals. It's kind of got a Singing in the Rain vibe meets My Fair Lady. Well, it's more like Singing in the Rain. It's got a kind of old school vibe about it, which I said before. Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, they did a really good job in this movie as their characters. The ending was kind of like ever, but you know what? I loved it. I thought it was a brilliant film, and I watched it again and again and again. It's a really good film. Me Before You. This movie got so much backlash, all because of the guy in the wheelchair, Sam Claflin. But anyway, the film itself is really good. I cried so hard watching this film. It's so sad. Emilia Clarke is in this movie as well. She's the girl in Last Christmas, which is in cinemas now at the minute. But yeah, it's a really good movie. If you haven't seen Me Before You, do watch it. It's a really good film. It came out in 2016. Bridget Jones' Baby. This has to be the most hilarious comedy I have seen in the decade. It's such a hilarious film. From start to finish, I was in stitches. I mean, Renee Zellweger cracked me up as Bridget Jones. Colin Firth is back, and of course, instead of Hugh Grant, we've got Patrick Dempsey, who plays Jack Quaver or something. He's kind of like this love doctor. Yeah, it was hilarious. It was especially the pregnant scene. I was in stitches in that scene. Oh my god, it's hilarious. 2017. Yes, we're in 2017 now. Beauty and the Beast. Some people loved it, some people hated it. For me, I thought it was a very good film. Emma Watson, if you can forgive the auto-tune, she's still not bad. You know, she's actually a decent actress. Is she the next Sandra Bullock? No, but she is good in this movie. She really, really was good in this movie. It's my favourite film of hers anyway. That and The Perks of Being a Wallflower and Harry Potter. So yeah, Beauty and the Beast is exactly the same as the 92-1 version, except there's a few minor changes here and there. But still, I love the film, and yeah, I love it. It's brilliant. Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, 2017. This is a remake of the Robin Williams movie, which came out in 1995. The sequel, of course, is out this year, 2019. It's out in December. I think it's like the 11th of December or something. But yeah, it's hilarious. That movie is very, very funny as well. The Greatest Showman, 2017. Really good film. Yeah, The Greatest Showman's up there at La La Land. It's a brilliant musical. Who knew Hugh Jackman could sing? And Zac Efron. I knew Zac Efron could sing in High School Musical, and Hugh Jackman, he was really big into Broadway back in the day. So I knew he could sing, but he steals the entire film. But yeah, it's a very good movie. Cinematography is brilliant. The story is really good, and the songs are so uplifting. Especially This Is Me. Love that song, by the way. Forgot to mention a film in 2016, Central Intelligence. Hilarious film. It's got Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson, who are also in Jumanji remake, and the new one's coming out this next week. So yeah, really good film. Breathe, based on a true story. This came out in 2017. It's a very, very sad movie. Andrew Garfield is really good in this movie, along with Claire Foy. I am baffled why it never got a nomination. Never. And it didn't even go into the Oscar. It didn't even get a nod at the Oscars. It was snubbed. I was like, what the hell? It was such a good movie. I mean, it's got a kind of old-fashioned vibe about it. And Andy Serkis, which is like his directorial debut, he did an awesome job. So, yeah, well done, Andy Serkis. The guy from 30 Gun 30 and the Planet of the Apes movies. So, yeah. Okay, Baby Driver. Forgot to mention that film. This is like a drive chase movie, drive runaway getaway movie, whatever. It's got Ansel Elgort, who's in The Fault in Our Stars. He plays the main character, Baby, aka his real name is Miles, by the way, and he is in love with a girl called Deborah, played by Lily James with brown hair. And yeah, it's a good movie. I really enjoyed it, and it's got really good action sequences, and yeah, it's a really good movie. A Star is Born. Oh my god, No More Than Me Before You. This film had me crying for 20 minutes straight. What can I say about A Star is Born? It's got brilliant music, brilliant acting by Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, who surprised me so much in this film. I thought she was going to make up balls, but she didn't. It was my favourite film of 2018, and I loved it, you know. I loved it more than Bohemian Rhapsody, which is on this list as well. That's my next movie, by the way. But, yeah, back to Star is Born. It's a really good movie. I mean, who knew Bradley Cooper could sing and play a guitar? He was awesome in this movie. The cinematography was beautiful. The songs, like I said, were very good. The story is very, very good as well. But it's really, really heavy on depression and suicide. Spoiler alert. And about addiction. But yeah, this movie, like, it's the fourth remake of the Star is Born franchise. Like, it got one in 1937 with, oh god, who was in that one? You had the Judy Garland one, you had the Barbra Streisand one, now you have the Lady Gaga one. But yeah, it's a very good movie. If you haven't seen Star is Born, do watch it. The soundtrack, I own it as well. I love the soundtrack. Just go in and watch it with an open eye. It's brilliant. Okay, Bohemian Rhapsody. This is based on Queen, Freddie Mercury. Rami Malek got a lot of awards in this movie. It even got an Oscar as well. He was really good in this movie, despite the fact he doesn't sing in the movie, which is kind of a downer. But still, he did a very good job, and he looked exactly like Freddie Mercury. It was scary. So yeah. Love, Simon, the first LGBT movie I actually saw in my life. Yeah, this movie has like the likes of Nick Robertson, Jennifer Garner, it had Josh Duhamel, and it tells the story about this guy called Simon, played by Nick Robertson, who is in love with a man who we met online, who goes by Blue, and he doesn't know who Blue is, so he kind of goes and finds out who Blue is. You'd be surprised who Blue is in the very end, because I was like, who is Blue? Seriously, who is Blue? And next time when it was revealed that Blue was this person, I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah. Black Panther 2018. Loved Black Panther. I thought it was a really good movie. I didn't see it in the cinemas, however, I don't know why. But yeah, it's a really. I got on Christmas last year, and I thought it was a really really good film. So yeah, it's really. It kind of reminds me of The Lion King. I don't know why. Like I didn't review that movie last year, or was it this year? I think it was this year, and I said in the review that it looked a lot like The Lion King, only in superhero form. So yeah, if you like The Lion King, you like Black Panther. That's all I'm gonna say. Aladdin, my favorite film of 2019. So yeah, that's my favorite film of 2019. So sorry, I spoiled it for y'all. So yeah, Aladdin. I love Aladdin. You know, I love the cartoon one, which this movie is based on. The acting was very good as well. You know, Mila Masad, who I never heard of my entire life, he was very good as Aladdin. Will Smith surprised me as the genie. At first, I was like, oh, jeez, gonna make a balls this film. He didn't. Naomi Scott, fantastic as Jasmine. She was gorgeous. I love the costumes in that movie as well. The costumes are up there with Cinderella for me. It's a really good movie. Great cinematography. And the director of this movie also directed the likes of Fight Club and Snatch and Rock and Roller. So to have a guy that done R-rated crime movies to direct a family movie about a street rat falls for a princess, I was surprised. And he did a good job. So fair play to you, Guy Ritchie. Fair play to you. Shazam. Okay, think of it as Big meets Superman. I loved the film, mainly because of one guy, Zachary Levi, who voices this guy here in Tangled. He stole the entire film for me along with Asher Angel, but he was the one who stole the entire film for me. He was so goofy, he was so lovable. He kind of reminds me of Jim Carrey. When Jim Carrey, back in Jim Carrey's younger days, he was hilarious. He had me in stitches. Mark Strong plays the villain, Dr. Sylvie. He was really good as well. And Dwayne Demon Hozu, he was the original Shazam. But yeah, it's a brilliant film, and it's a Christmas movie as well. That came out in April, so for some strange reason. But yeah, it's a very good film, and I love Shazam, so yeah. Rocketman, another biography based on Elton John. This movie was really, really good. Taron Egerton, who was also in, I forgot another movie that I forgot to mention. I'm going to add anyway, Eddie the Eagle. Another film I actually loved with himself and Hugh Jackman. He played Eddie Edwards in that film. Both of them were very, very good films. But Rocketman was very, very good. It's even got Richard Madden as one of Elton John's ex-lovers. Yeah, it's a very good film. I loved it. And I also loved Eddie the Eagle, which I forgot to mention. Which was based on, like I said, Eddie Eagle. And I thought it was brilliant as well, so, yeah. Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Now, as you may know, I was a massive fan of Pokemon growing up. As a kid, I collected all of the cards, I had some of the toys, I was Pokemon mad. Every day when I come home from school, I'd watch it, like sit down in my school uniform and watch Pokemon every day. Even the theme song stuck in my head. And this movie has Ryan Reynolds. Yes, Ryan Reynolds, the man from Deadpool, the man from Just Friends, the man from The Proposal, is the voice of Pikachu. And there's a little reason why. If you saw my review of the film, you pretty much know that I said anyway the twist of it, which was really clever. But anyway, he voices Pikachu, who he's past owner's son, played by Justice Smith from Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. He they kind of unravel the truth of what happened to his father, like the young guy's father, and you'd be surprised what happened to him. But yeah, it's a really good movie. I enjoyed it. And Captain Marvel, last film on this list is Captain Marvel. Great movie as well. And yeah, that's it. I forgot to mention Wonder Woman as well. Loved Wonder Woman as well. It's a good film as well with Gal Gadot and Chris Pine. A really good film as well. So yeah, that's my list of the films that I loved in 2010-2019. Let me know in the comments down below what your favourite movies in the decade of war, and will 2020 and 2030 bring us great movies? Who knows what's going to happen in the future. I hope they do make good films. A film that, a film that kind of moved me, like the movie, like some of these movies do, like Tangled, for example, moved me so much. I loved that film so much. The likes of like Cinderella, even though there's so many Cinderella movies out there, but I thought it was very good. Even The Star is Born, which had me in tears, and Me Before You had me in tears, and The Fault in Our Stars had me in tears. So yeah. So yeah, that's it for me. My next video I'm going to do is, like I said, best and worst of 2019. I gave it away anyway in this review. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's it for me. Take care.